It was a lot of fun. So I dressed up as my Tav, which is the player character, one of the player characters. My hair's crazy. One of the player characters, but I was wearing a Raphael shirt because my thing was I had broken into the House of Hope, and Lae'zel got the hammer, Will got the Helldusk armor, and I wanted something, so I got the doublet for the bards. So I went to the fan meetup. I met my friend Sue, who I streamed with for a time before our schedules stopped lining up. So that was fun. And I also met my friend Leah, and she had an amazing cosplay of She Who Was, or He Who Was, but she's a she, so She Who Was. And today she's going back and she's a Mind Flayer, which is exciting. I haven't seen it. I've seen pictures of it, but I'm not going to be there today, so I'm not going to see it in person. It looks very fun, though. Went to the fan meetup. There was a bunch of people there. We took a bunch of pictures. Those aren't going to be released until after Sunday, so probably the week after Comic Con's over. But they did everyone, and then they split us off into just the companions, just Tavs, each companion that was there individually. Unfortunately, there was no Lae'zels, which is sad. There was one Will. There were a couple Karlaks, lots of Astarians and Shadowhearts, and then a few Tavs, which I was one of them. There were 3 Harlops and 1 Raphael carrying a lyre around in a place where it was too loud to necessarily play. Was a pain in the ass. They had a cloakroom, and when I was dropping off my bag so that I didn't accidentally lose or damage the album, he's like, "Can you play that?" The guy at the cloakroom was like, "Can you play that?" And I said, "I can play 1 song. I've had this for 3 days. I can play 1 song." And I said, "Because you're watching, I'm gonna mess up." So I started playing and I messed up, and I was like, that's all I got. So that was fun. And then during the Baldur's Gate panel, I just sat around and waited because they were all going to go to the meet and greet area after the panel. And because I had the album, I couldn't miss out on meeting Andrew. So I skipped the panel and I just waited at the meet and greet area. And despite being like the 5th person in line, it still took like an hour of standing there for it finally to be my turn. So I get up there to him, and this happens.
Where are you from, Hayley? You're from...
I'm from the West Coast, Oregon.
Wow.
But I've lived here 10 years.
Well, they kept telling me that you guys are pretty much.
Yes. Mice.
Yes.
Yes.
Many mice.
Yes.
I think my cat has a deal with them because they come in alive and then they just hop in the jar.
I can't believe that. Never seen anything like that.
They don't even run, they just get in.
My daughter cats just kill them and then leave them without a head or something.
Oh, no.
Do you want a message?
Well, my favorite line is until it was perfect.
Until it was perfect.
Yeah.
Until it was perfect.
Oh yeah, there's me like always at email I sent this time. That was so funny. I was like, stop, please don't write us out. You'll be fine.
There we are.
That's such a beautiful print.
It's beautiful.
So for a bit of context, so back in March, I wanted to show Andrew Malta, who is a film noir cat that you can talk to in Act 3 of Baldur's Gate. I just thought that he would like Malta because he likes film noir. He told me about his daughter's cats, that he was house sitting for his daughter, that they're apex predators. I let him know that my cats are not so much predators as they are relocators. They bring the mice inside alive and then let them go free. And he's like, "So do you just have a lot of mice in your house?" And I told him, "No, I have to catch them and then I put them back outside." So I showed him one of the mice that I had caught. He said, "Amazing, how do you catch them?" And I said, "With extreme care. The cats corner them and I scoot them into a jar." And then I was making Raphael jokes. I said, "Are you looking for tips on how to catch little mice? I don't know if I can give too many details." And then he said that his daughter's cats kill the mice. The next day, in the middle of the night, I got up and there was a mouse in my kitchen. My cats were running around being crazy. So I went downstairs at like 11 o'clock. I recorded catching the mice so that he would see. Okay, Mr. Wincott, I thought you might like to see how the mice are caught. There's the mouse. There's my cat who doesn't know what he's doing. Stop. Okay, there's the mouse. Here's my jar. I coaxed the mouse into the jar. My son is trying to get the mouse. Okay, mouse in the jar. That's how it's done. Okay, this is the Ranscombe Farm Reserve in Rochester, Kent. Got my mouse. I bumped him out. Goodbye. Goodbye, little guy. You should probably hide. It's exciting that he recognizes who I am because we have talked a little bit online. He was concentrating and then he was like, yes, mice. Like, we're not buddies, but just I'm not bothering him, and that makes me feel better. Yeah, so on the one hand, it's nice. On the other hand, I am the things that fell into place to make him go, wait a minute, was Haley spelt absolutely insane. American from the West Coast with British tenure who catches mice. So, yeah. That's me. So he signed that, and I went behind the table. He stood up to take a picture. And he's like, oh, I really like your shirt. And I said, well, actually, and I handed him the little package that I had with the jacket. I said, this is for you. And he starts to open it, and he's like, he's like, are you sure? How do you know it's gonna fit? And I said, it might actually be a little big. So he starts to take it out of the package, and he's like, I don't want to take too long because there's a lot of people. So he handed it to me and asked me to open it so that he could take off his reading glasses. And so I opened it and held it up for him so he could see it. And then I handed it to him. He's like, can I put it on for the picture? And I said, yes, please. I was very excited. And I found out today that somebody recorded this moment.
No fucking way. I love this guy. This is amazing.
Then I presented him with the mouse album.
That's from me. This is from the entire community.
Wow, you're
This
kidding
is
me.
Raphael's Mouse Army.
Wow, look at this.
There's 125 mice. There's 125 mice.
Look at this, 125.
Yep.
There's an awful lot of mice to catch here. Look at that. Down will be coming the claws later. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's from everybody. Thank you.
I don't know if he's had a chance to actually look through it yet. Probably not. He probably didn't get back home until very late, and then he's got to go back to Comic-Con today. So he probably hasn't had a chance yet. So that was my Comic-Con. And I'm excited to go on Sunday wearing my Baldur's Gate shirt. Or maybe I'll wear my Raphael shirt, but not the whole get-up. I have so many blisters on my feet. The boots were fun, but standing in one place, they're not made for standing. Boots are made for walking, and that is not what I did. So yeah, I had a lot of fun.